This is my 5-minute theology, and now I will speak about hamartiology. What is hamartiology? Hamartiology is study of sin. We question ourselves. How did sin got here? Is sin deadly? Should we continue in sin? Now to explain the first question, let's turn to Genesis 2:16-17. In verse 16-17, the Lord God commanded the man named Adam, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat. You can eat the tree of the garden, but one tree he cannot eat. So he explained to Adam in 17, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. So God created another human being, which is the woman named Eve, who will be helper of the man named Adam. Let's read to Genesis 3 because this is all where it begins at. Serpents named Satan came along and he was having a conversation with Eve. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. He said unto the woman named Eve, yeah, hath God said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And Eve replied back, saying, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruits of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, you should not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For God doth know that the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. In this passage, we see the serpent named Satan having conversation with Eve. He said in verse 5, for God doth know that the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. If you eat this fruit of the tree, you will become your own God. But the thing is that she ate the fruit of the tree. Adam and Eve took it and they were disobedient to God. They disobeyed God, what God commanded them not to do. Right? So Satan told Eve, if you eat the fruit of the tree, you will be your own God. Remember, Satan is the father of lies. Eve actually believed in Satan and she ate the fruit. She gave it to Adam and he did ate the fruit as well. Then like God said, for the day, this is what God said to Adam, for the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Adam and Eve were ashamed of themselves because of their sin, because they were disobedient to God. The whole point is this. Let's take a look into Psalms 51:5. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and sin did my mother conceive me. Now let's match this up to Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, named Adam sin, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned. Now let's match that with Romans 3:23. We all sin and fall short of glory of God, right? For all have sinned and come short of glory of God. We sin. Whenever we enter into the world, we sin against God. We were rebellious, disobedient to God. Is sin deadly? Yes. Why? Let's take a look in Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death. The wages of sin is death. What is sin? Be filled in Rome. Paul explained this in Romans 1:29-32. Be filled with all unrighteousness. This is what sin is: fornication, wickedness, covetousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceits, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. If people continue in doing the sin and having a pleasure in them, you deserve to go to hell. Sin is separation of God, being apart from God into eternity. So that's like my 5-minute theology.